She still can't even stand.
She's so wobbly.
Sean Whaley is furious.
She's upset. But 100%.
On a Friday, welcome in everyone to a brand new edition of Axe Kick Picks, episode 202. Today is Friday, November 7th, 2025. Kid, a couple days ago, it was perfect weather where you go out, shorts, hoodie. Now it just got brick out. It is cold.
Oh, but that warm weather made its way down here. It's hot.
Yeah?
Bro, that's how you get sick. Yeah, I'm not feeling the best, but we fight through it.
You got to look, I got my little emergency pack right now.
I was going to say, yeah, emergency. Everyone boost up this, allergy
zinc
season going into the holidays.
Got to get that. How you doing? Everything good?
Yeah, everything's good. You watched any fights? Any combat stuff pop up?
No, I saw only two fighting. I saw Tony Allen get arrested. And
yes.
I saw Antonio Brown
get arrested. Get extra.
No fights,
That's
but
crazy.
yeah, extradited.
Yeah, dude. I mean, there was ACA 195 this morning and one Friday fights 132. Is that a Lamar jersey, by the way? Is it Lamar Jackson jersey?
Yes, sir.
And then, of course, we're going to wet our whistle with the UFC, but LFA 221 will take place after the show today. And I heard Virgil Ortiz is fighting during the UFC event. Yeah, he's either during or after. You know how the boxing events
I thought Virgil wanted to get into that Jake Paul fight.
Now that we called it, I mean,
yeah, you called it.
I was on it the whole time. I saw right through that whole facade. That's ridiculous.
I mean, we as good of a boxer as Tank is, I guess we could start there. I can't rock with a guy like that. It's just time and time. This is like his third, fourth time that we know about.
Yeah, imagine, I guess, behind the scenes, closed door deals.
It's crazy, bro. I can't rock with it. And it made sense. Everyone's like, oh, Jake Paul, why'd you? Bro, he puts on for women's boxing.
Yeah. And also just trying to, make money at the end of the day. It may not be deserving of the Tank Davis fight, but it makes sense after, time and time again, drop it out. I mean, what other opponent are you going to have? I guess, unfortunately for me, I did have his ass ranked in the pound for pound, ranking.
No more.
Back. No more. It's over.
But yeah, he advocates for women's boxing and for them to get paid more. So for him to fight a guy like this would not make sense for the brand. MVP. So I'm glad that they're not doing it. And he's a really tough guy to do business with, Jake said. So yeah, that's unfortunate. That was the only boxing news we had out of the gate. Yeah. But other than that, like you said, we had a great episode. We'll recap UFC Vegas 111 Garcia Onama controversy. We'll get a lot to talk about actually in that card. We got UFC back at the Apex, headline by a welterweight bout. Gabriel Bonfim taking on Rude Boy. That's my boy, Queens, Jamaica Queens. Right. So hopefully he wins that. He is the underdog. Yeah. So we will see there. We'll have picks and previews there. 10 seconds left. I got some news towards the end of the show. And then, we'll get on out of here. MSG next week, kid.
Hype, bro. Yeah, it's live in New York City right now. Knicks, undefeated at home. Undefeated MSG. Hey, even the Devils at the Rock. How was the game last night?
Oh, it was amazing. So we had real quick. I was at the Devils and Habs game, and I'm sitting there with Mark. Shout out Mark Konzelman. It was me and him, and we had this our guy. He has season tickets. His name is Tomas. Big 6'6" Polish guy, blue collar, provides for his family. You would love him. He's a great Polish guy. He goes, "Oh, I have friends in Garfield." I go, "Yes, sir." So right. we're talking. He goes, what the fuck, kurva. He's out there just throwing F-bombs, bro. And we had these Habs fans behind us. Pussies, bro. And you could tell it was like their first game.
I like Canadians, but I don't like the Canadians.
Yeah, literally. And you could tell it was like their first game. They're like, "Oh, that's a trip. It was like his first game. It was terrible. And my boy Tomas was just like, "Shut up! Like, no one wants to hear you. We're trying to watch the game." So we're watching it, right? and they get up 3-2. All third period, they're dominating, right? Last 2 minutes, we pull our goalie. We get the advantage. Tie it. We turn around and we're double flipping the fucking Canadians. Double burden them, right? And then we get free hockey. It's 3-3 going into overtime. 3-on-3 hockey. Ice opens up, right?
Yeah, bro.
Jesper Bratt gets a breakaway. Fucking backhanded 5-hole. We go crazy. Me, Mark, and Tomas are shaking. We're going crazy. My boy Tomas pulled his shoulder out of his place. So, update. Hold up. It's fucking hilarious. Let me see if I can get it in front of the thing.
Bro.
I text him. I go, brother, how are you doing? Oh,
I can't. No, not really. You gotta tell me.
He's still in the hospital.
Oh my goodness.
And you know the little ball on top? Bro, it was fucking all the way down to his like.
Oh, so he like tore his pec.
Yeah, he tore his pec.
Going absolutely crazy with the overtime
for the
goal.
Devils, yes. So putting the body on the line for the boys.
Yes, sir.
Me and Mark tried to pop his shoulder back into place, but the pain was so severe. So we go to the medic and they're like, we can't touch you. We'd be liable if we fuck you up even more. So I'm like, I get it, but that's kind of fucked. So he had it, and he lives in Morristown. So he has a fucking hike.
What hospital? Do you know?
I think he went to St. Barnabas, like
down in Newark.
No, not in Newark. St. Barnabas is in where I was born in Livingston.
Wow.
So he had a fucking hike, like 45 to 50-minute hike to the hospital. He texts me this morning, still in hospital. Fuck.
Oh, no. Well, yo, I'm praying for his speedy recovery. That is insane, bro.
What a story, right?
Oh, my goodness.
But, hey, bro, a man to put his body on the line for the Devils.
Bro, and he's still probably celebrating a win. That's that Polish power right there.
And he goes, you going to the game Saturday? I'm like, you're fucking nuts. Oh, he's a nutcase. But yo, it was a great time. And yeah, that was a little dive into my last night. Yeah. No. But that's the good things going on. We won't talk about the bad things happening in New York. But other than that, good things going on. And good things going on for Steve Garcia.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, this guy is legit. He gets the TKO first round, 3 minutes and 34 seconds in. And kid, he moves up 4 rankings. He is into the top 10. I don't know who's next for him, but
he's a scary fight for anybody.
He is a scary fight because he has that knockout power. Absolutely. I don't know who's next, but I love Steve Garcia, man.
Yeah, dude, I absolutely do as well, bro. I mean, he put the lights out, honestly. I mean, Onama's not an easy fight at all. I mean, he matches that, right? He normally matches that type of fight with most guys, and he just couldn't with the meme machine, bro. I mean, he's on the rise. I'm looking at the rankings now, like, bro, like we said, he's scary there. Like, who really wants to take a fight against this guy?
Not Aljo.
Man. Did he come out and say it?
No, I'm just saying that. But did it look like David Onama? Did it look like the moment was a little too big for him?
Oh, I mean, I feel like you see him struggled with with the grappling. We're going to see a fellow fight tonight when he fought Nate the Train. Nate the Train, I think, also put it to him with the grappling, I think, a little bit. So we see that, and that just goes to show that Steve Garcia is well-rounded because he's able to implement his, strength, that power at that weight class with a total mixed martial arts display. So, yeah, I still like David Onama. I mean, he's going to bring it for a fight that he'll get next. But, I mean, what do you see for Steve Garcia? I know you always ask me, but who's sitting on the desk right now? Like, is it Yair, or he has a fight announced? Diego has a fight announced right now.
I was thinking either one guy above him, because obviously he's going to want to fight up. But then there's this guy right below him that I think could get a fight, and that is Lord Silva. That would be fireworks. Or all in Arnold Allen, almighty.
All in almighty Arnold Allen. Yeah, has he not have anything announced? I feel like I haven't seen him in a year plus, man.
Yeah, I don't know what.
That's
Yeah.
that's just a shame, in the prime of his career, I was still go on to say that it is, and not seeing these guys fight, it's just, it's unfortunate. It still, of course, got that number next to his name, but yeah, why don't we just have that fight? I mean, that is a great risk you take, I think, on Allen's camp. If you beat surging Steve Garcia, was with the alliteration today. But if you get that win, you're right in contention. So yeah, you
100%.
can knock that streak and make it ways for yourself. But man, it was a good performance from Steve Garcia, bro.
100%. It does push down David Onama down to number 14. Still think he's really good and he'll have a big fight coming up, but it just looked like when he got rattled, he had real no response. It even looked like in the walkouts. And Steve Garcia came out on the Anik and Florian podcast and even said to John Anik and Kenny Florian, like, he saw it in David Onama's eyes that he kind of quit. And I think when a fighter says that, it says a lot.
I mean, like the coach sees it in their fighter. Damon Onama didn't say that. Right? You said it was the coach.
No. Steve Garcia said he saw it in
He
David
saw it in.
Onama's.
Well, that's some fighters have that, bro. They go in there to kind of take your will, right? And I don't know. That's why you're scared to fight Steve Garcia, because he's not in there maybe just to knock you out, which is scary. But
Yeah,
go in there and take your will from you is something else altogether.
we got to get him out of the Apex. He's like the Apex king, though. I mean, I think the only time he fought outside of the Apex was UFC Nashville when he put it on Calvin Cater.
Where's he from? Is he from like out
Bro,
west?
he's
like
a Jackson. He's a Jackson Wink guy. He's from New
Eh,
Mexico.
New Mexico?
Yeah,
Man,
it's
why
a
can't
big
we
win
get
for
like
Jackson Wink.
has New Mexico had a big event anytime recent? I don't really recall. But like Arizona would have one, right? They got a big populace. It's right there, right? It would be easy to get him in his
That's
like quote unquote
Factory
home
X's
crowd.
home.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? So yeah, big win for Jackson Wink as well. Put them right
Great
back
guy.
in the mix as well. So yeah, big win for Steve Garcia. He does get the performance of the night. Elvis called me as soon as it happened, and
Are you serious?
yeah, it was crazy because I told him in the beginning of the day. I said, "Yo, your cousin's fighting." He said, "Oh yeah." He said, "He's the underdog." He said, "I'm about to put some money on him." I said, "Hi." I said, "I got the other side." He said, "You stupid." I said, "Hi." and boy, I was stupid.
No, but you weren't either.
I mean, what the fuck was that? I mean, you can't make Hollywood can't make this up. His teammate gets eye gouged, and then he goes and eye gouges Waldo Cortez Acosta.
Yeah.
But the fight should have been off, shouldn't have?
Oh my God. The fight was called off, but he got as soon as they restarted the fight after the replay, especially when the replay is administered, that should end the fight right there. He gets knocked out. I mean, I couldn't believe what I was watching. I really couldn't believe it.
What happened? Like, why don't these refs have to answer to anything?
It's been a failure, I think, as of late. It happens. I feel like it happens in waves. Every so often we get the judges, we get the referees, we get whatever, kind of failing at what we
Throwing
expect their duty to be.
fights.
Yeah, throwing fights, which is always like, I guess scary because you want to always have the legitimacy of the sport. So, you couldn't write it, like you said, any better, and not better for Tom Aspinall. I mean, that was like worst case scenario for him and his case, right? I guess the guy saying that he could have continued. Look what happened to Waldo Cortez Acosta. He took that eye poke and continued fighting and got that knockout. So I mean, it's you got to give him his kudos as well. It's unfortunate for, I guess, some of the bets you might have put in for Ante D'Elia, but and unfortunate for him and Tom Aspinall.
Do you think he, because he did obviously continue and he fought and got the knockout. Obviously, it was the right move for him at the time, but every eye poke is different. You know what I mean? So, like, was he necessarily in the right? And what do you say to the people who came out and said, "See, Tom, see, he came out and fought
and he did it"? Yeah. No, I do agree. Yeah, there's nuance to it, right? It's on a spectrum. So, those are gouging shots from Gane on the feet, and not to say that this was bad or it wasn't bad, but yeah, I guess he was able to walk through the pain of getting that eye poke. It was kind of maybe more grazing, but the grazing shot that Tom received was more, damaging than the gouge, right? As they said, it was the left eye that incurred more of the damage. So, for Acosta, yeah, probably he just look, or it is that. That's I guess it did give them a little credit saying that he toughed it out because yeah, you do go into that fight again compromised regardless of 5 minutes. The groin shots as well. That's 5 minutes is sometimes not enough time. So it's a mixed emotions type of thing, and it just I think you go back to what you said with the way you scripted the whole thing.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I think it's a bad look for Tom. Do you not think that?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, you couldn't write it any worse for him and his, I guess, excuse. But you said it too. There's more value taking him now. He was such a heavy favorite the first time, and yeah, the fight should be close. But maybe he to makes adjustments and he has a chance when he fights Cyril Gane again, or
Yeah.
something else happens in that time.
Yeah, we'll see what ends up happening, but he does get the big win over Ante Delima, who was kind of surging. He was kind of surging, and he would have knocked out Waldo Cortez. He probably would have been in the top 5 of the heavyweight division. He just got caught. When a guy throws fucking triple digits, 100, he doesn't even look technical. That's the thing. I was watching the fight. He doesn't even look technical. He looked like he was throwing a fastball.
It happened, right?
Yeah,
That's how crazy the heavyweight division is, bro.
It's so crazy. So, yeah, shout out Waldo Cortez Acosta. He's one fight away. Who would you like to see him fight next?
Well, I don't know. Heavyweight feels like such a mess right now. The
Jolton
sport
Almeida
does feel a little bit like a special. Might as well, right? Or kick him to UFC BJJ Almeida. But
wow,
yeah, it was right there. There's one name above him. You got to crack the top 5. You might as well have that fight.
Yeah, I agree. I think give him one fight because we need new blood in the heavyweight division. All right, kid. Let's get to the Isaac Dolgarian fight.
Yeah, let's just because that other fight there wasn't much to it between Rose and Garimbo. I mean,
so he was when we recorded, he was a minus 240, almost a $3 favorite. And I woke up Saturday morning, placed my bet, and then he was like a 190. I was like, wow, money is coming in. And then it closed around a minus 140, it steamed the other way. And then apparently, the UFC, they spoke to Dolgarian before the UFC were made aware of suspicion betting activity surrounding him. They talked to Isaac Dolgarian and he said, no, I'm going to murder this guy. And then when you watch it's just very bizarre because I'm no fighter, but I know the first thing in BJJ and you fight the hands. Why are you that's actually the worst thing you could do. And that's what was even the broadcasting team was extremely surprised. And his teammates who he's wrestled in practice with, they've come out and said, this is strange because he gives us really hard rounds.
He's been a good grappler, I think, if you look back most of his career.
Yeah. Officials, apparently, Dana White, they spoke to Dolgarian's team prior to the bout, and they were assured everything was fine, which is why the fight proceeded to...
Yeah, you could simply lie.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, we saw what happened. He gets submitted in the first round, and then Dana's not playing. He released him. He went 3-2 in the promotion, and obviously, it was because of the whole suspicious betting activity going on. And that's exactly how the fight ended. A lot of people were putting on first round submission for his Del
Villa. And that's the thing. Yadir Duval could have won the fight just regardless. He could have won it on decision. He could have maybe knocked him out in the later rounds, or he could have submitted him still. But to happen the way it did and the manner it did, it was obvious. That's also the issue too. It was blatant. Yeah, it's ridiculous to watch. And it was embarrassing for the sport. That's why we're questioning legitimacy, and it hurts. Yeah. It really hurts to talk about.
And then after the fight, he gets released. The Nevada State Athletic Commission is withholding his whole purse, which they should.
Yeah.
What do you do moving forward? I mean, the FBI is involved.
I think they did the right thing.
Yeah,
it's just like the Terry Rozier. Now, what you said, Tony Allen, who was a great defensive shooting guard, wasn't he, for Memphis?
Yeah,
right?
Very great.
It's just you did the right thing already, getting the FBI involved, kicking him out. I mean, but that's the thing. It's like plausible deniability. Who knows that's culpable? I hate to put the blame and point the finger, but who knows behind the scenes who's actually involved? They could be covering their own asses. And I've been calling out these guys at the top of the heap for years now. So it's at the end of the day, it is what it is. We won't really necessarily find out the truth, but we don't know how deep this actually rolls. The whole UFC started through the mob. So let's be real about it.
Do you think jail time is in?
I just think he sucks. We saw it in person, but he's got great grappling. If you don't,
but that's the thing. That's what I would push back on is all his training partners and coaches. We've seen him fight at a high level.
I thought you said Almeida.
No,
Bulgarian, just joking around. But no, Bulgarian, you've seen his victories as well. A lot of them actually occurred with submissions in the first round. He's a really good grappler. I think he's wrestled in his early career, in his early life, and he's very well versed when it comes to grappling. You're good at grappling. You may not be as much in the stand-up. You haven't done it throughout your whole life. But we see this guy grapple his whole life. He should know, like you said, how to defend the hands, how to do proper defenses, and you're throwing it like that. It's obvious, and it's blatant. It's just everything.
They did it in front of our face, and now I feel like a fool for betting on him.
Yeah.
So
I took the over. See, that's why I said I think it was close contested. You could have had Bulgarian maybe implementing some of his actual wrestling and actually knowing what to do there, and Duval normally having that threat of submission, and he had a mix of the stand-up. It could have been a decision fight there. I took the over, but man, those unders cashed. And what happened for like bets that there was that $16 million handle? Did they refund that? Like, do you win that, or does that get canceled? It gets vetoed?
It's crazy because from reading what some sports books did, if you had money on Isaac Bulgarian, you did not get your money back. Like, they took your money.
So which is just $16 million down the drain.
I took the over 2.5 takedown, so I was fucked no matter what. But like, I'd be kind of furious if I bet on a guy like in a money line parlay and
that happens.
And then he threw the fucking fight. Like,
yeah. Where's the
and what are your thoughts on, because then Ariel started talking around and he started to talk to other fighters, and they have been approached to throw fights. I hate to say no, but I also see like maybe I hate to say it again, as I hate to say most things, but you got people maybe trying to just hop in on the moment, seize the moment, and just kind of say that happened to them when it really didn't. There are false claims out there too. Not everything is don't believe everything you hear. I agree.
Yeah.
But I do agree, or I do believe that some fighters have been approached. That is possible to think.
Yeah.
So the mob is back. Long story short, the mob is back.
Yeah. That's what I was saying with this. And then they were like arguing about like people in fighters camps, people who had connection with James Krause. I mean, you set yourself up for that, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's not a good look.
If you get your name, if reputation is one of the hardest things to come over, get your name associated to that, then it's always going to kind of be mentioned there until I guess seen otherwise by the hive mind, and we see otherwise. But until then, you're seen as that until further notice.
Yeah, but other than that, the card was okay.
A lot of submissions, jiu-jitsu on full display until the Cohen main event.
Never betting on Phil Rowe again. He's gone. But we hit plus 460 with our girl. And
2K. What'd you say? 20 to 1, or is it 200 to 1? If it's 2,000,
it was 20 to 1. 20 to 1.
We hit.
Yeah. So we hit that plus 460. We hit bit. Hey, I'm never going to apologize for a win, even though I don't know if she won, but big Norm.
Yeah, big Norm. She's on a streak, but that was
she called out Juliana Pena.
That is a good fight for her. But
Juliana's not getting the title.
No, it's like that fight was like a damage versus control type situation, right? Like Norma Duma did more damage. So she won.
So my thing with the whole Juliana, I think Juliana should fight Norma Dumont, and I'll tell you why. Because Kayla's gonna fight Amanda Nunes, right? And I think
why you think she can get a title shot if she wins?
100%.
Wow.
So I think this is how it should play out, right? Yeah. Early fourth quarter, Kayla versus Amanda. You get Norma versus Juliana Pena. Winner versus winner at the White House.
Ooh, okay. I like it. Yeah, Juliana Pena could definitely be on that card. And why not Norman Dumont? Why not?
Yeah. Why not? So altogether, we go 3-2, plus 440 though with the units. We had a really good day. UFC,
Yeah.
how did you do, kid?
Yeah, if we were talking units, we would be stacked, but
Yeah.
5-5, on the bets, 2-1 in straights, 1-2 in props, and 2-2 in total. So right down the middle.
But you hit a lot of that 20
Yeah,
to
plus
1, kid.
money.
You're up.
That
Yeah,
was
you're up there.
that was a crazy prediction. Toledo Island card, we love hitting on our
And it
jiu-jitsu
barely
players.
got there. She
Bro,
had like
yeah.
15 seconds or
Yeah,
something.
I know. And I was like,
It was
started off
crazy.
hot.
Started off with a bang. And we finished with the bang with Steve Garcia.
Yeah.
So shout out all the winners, UFC Vegas 111. Let's stay at the Apex. But before we do that, a quick word from our friends at Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. There's no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition. With only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV. Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks so just a kick, just like how we like our lives, whether it's Huckleberry playing around the golf with the boys or an elderberry watching UFC Vegas 112. It doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. I believe here at Axgate Picks and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. All right, kid, let's stay at the Apex. One guy just missed weight. Islam Bonfim was the lone miss, coming in at 161, kid. That is 5 pounds over the lightweight limit. The fight will go on between him and Chris
Of course,
Padilla,
Padilla going
but
to accept it, yeah.
30% purse. I think it should be steeper.
50.
50. Hit him
Cut that
where it
purse in
hurts.
half. Yeah, bro. You got to go for the performance bonus to, cover your loss.
And I'll be like, and I'll say this real quick, and we could get into the card. At what point do they just not even care?
It's
Like,
seeming
I
like
could
it right
understand,
now.
like, I could understand if you missed it by a half a pound, like Charles Oliveira, or
But
like
5 going up
5.
to,
You're not even
yeah.
trying.
It's tough. Yeah,
It's sad.
Yeah.
We will start at a catch weight. Our boy Zachary Reese filling in.
Are you touching that fight?
Absolutely not.
No, yeah, bro. You put Jackson McVeigh at a plus 260 underdog price, and I just didn't want to lay that minus 300 on Zachary's, bro. So staying away from the middleweight match to start Vegas 111. Yeah, and that's what I was like talking about, like Miles Johns. I'm not touching this fight either because they were saying that the controversy of him being connected to James Krause. Are we going to see another situation like that? If anything, this should light a fire under the fighter's ass. Whoever may or may not have been involved in the past, that doesn't matter. Let's move on. Let's legitimize the sport. Let's be what we know. You shouldn't be able to fake fighting. I mean, what is this ridiculous stuff? So
I will touch it though.
Yeah, I'm not touching Miles John, who is a dog at plus 170, maybe because of all the news surrounding. And Daniel Marcos, a Peruvian fighter of how I always can't get right. So perfect time for me to fade the minus 180 favorite.
Well, I am going to take him. I'll take the Peruvian. Maybe I'll get him right. Minus 185, I see. And Miles John, tough fight. But if he can't get his wrestling going, I just think he's going to be outpointed by Daniel Marcos on the feet. Marcos, great durability. I think he has good takedown defense. And I think that should help him fend off the wrestling and, power strikes on the feet. So I expect the fight to go all 3 rounds, go the distance. And if he could keep it on the feet, utilize his striking advantage, I think he's going to outpoint a win. So if you want to take the fight to go a distance, I like that as well. But Daniel Marcos, minus 185, that's my first play.
Yeah, I'm going to lay a little chalk throughout as well. I'm not too scared to do so. And we're going to hit on some plus money.
Oh, your girl next, Tisha.
But yeah, I'm going to lean her, the tiny tornado Tisha Torres, as she once was known as, now Tisha Pennington. And she's plus 160. That's why it's not an official play. But I got to lean her because I wouldn't lay that minus 170 with Denise Gomez. I see the level. You look at the footage, you look at the resume itself. I feel like she could fall short. She lost Luma Lukmomi. That's not the highest level of fighter. She has some losses scattered in there with some, like, I guess, wins on some lower level opponents if you look at it on paper. So yeah, I just gonna just stay away from official play and lean Tiny Tornado. Also lean in the under 2.5 rounds into Josh Hokett fight. You can't lay that minus 400. I mean, they're getting him set up fight here. It's simple cut, but who knows? He could also be a fraud. I'm just not a fan. right? What are you thinking? You know what I'm talking
I,
about, right? Like they were
no,
talking about heavyweight Sean Strickland.
yeah, I'm not touching this fight at
Yeah,
all.
yeah. I'll just say under. Maybe he gets the finish with
Under.
his wrestling. Maybe Jimenez knocks him out. We all laugh.
Yeah.
Bantamweights. Speaking of, Myra Bueno Silva's on a bad streak right now, and she's being counted out at plus 220. Jacqueline Cavalcante, I think, is the truth. Minus 230. I'll lay the chalk with her. Jacqueline Cavalcante, I think, can win this fight on the ground where Myra Bueno Silva actually winds up lying on her back at times when she can't implement her own wrestling. When she can't be the bully in the fight, I've seen her fold, and now with this losing streak, I can't back her. So laying the chalk with Jaliki Cavalcante, getting this done whatever way she wants.
Ever since she cheated with the little steroids or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
she's
It's
been on a
getting
down clip.
PETs. No, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, I like this next fight, bro. I'm interested with these 3 consecutive fights that are going on here, but I'm seeing this is the correct bout order, right? It's bantamweights, right? It's Ricky Simone and Jaime
Correct. And
Barcelos.
I gotta
Yeah,
play.
man, minus 160 for Ricky Simone. I don't know. He's on a streak as well as Jaime Barcelos, who is plus 155. I'll ask your play. What do you got?
Yeah, I love the odds here for Ricky Simone. Barcelos doesn't present. I just don't think he presents any danger to Ricky Simone in this fight outside of like a flash knockout. Barcelos, he's talented. He's a tough fighter, but Simone, I think, is a terrible matchup for him. As long as Simone could avoid the early calf kicks from Ricky Barcelos, Ronnie Barcelos, excuse me, he should get the win. Think it goes all 3 rounds, but I'm going to take Ricky Simone here on the money line minus 175.
Oh yeah, man. I like this fight, dude. I already mentioned that. I do think that the thing is maybe not too much of the finishing potential with 100%, but he does seem at his age to just still bring it. Have that cardio, have that pace that hinders opponents. Look what he did to Payne Talbot, right? We had him who was on a streak as well, get completely nullified by everything Honey Barcelos does. So I feel like that could fall into Ricky Simone's game because though he has wrestling, you do see Ricky Simone after that Seattle knockout in his own backyard. He's been liking the stand up, right? So we'll see if Barcelos could, wind up taking this down and maybe drag out the fight a little bit. So I like the over 2.5 rounds. I think this is going to be possibly fight of the night. I actually think that could be the case, depending on what happens with a couple fights ahead. I see that how technical they could possibly be, and that could be interesting to see. But yeah, these guys, blood, sweat, and tears. Ricky Simone and Honey Barcelos over 2.5 rounds, possible fight of the night. I'll lay that minus 225 chalk. Featherweights, man, this is a banger fight as well, dude. Jamal Emmers, I know we backed him in Atlantic City. I don't know why we did that, but plus 130 here. You think you're going to back him against your boy Hyder Mill? No way, right? Minus 135.
I'm not touching this, honestly. I do. Yeah, I do lean the dog and my boy Jamal Emmers. I feel like he
Wow,
has
yeah,
to bounce back here. I think he
yeah.
has the power, keep it on the feet. That's just a problem. I don't know if he could do that, but
Wow.
yeah, I would
Yeah,
lean dog.
I think 2 maniacs here. I think you're bound to get a finish, actually. Yeah, I think you're right. Emmers needs it, but Hyder Mill, he brings it. So I'll under 2.5 at minus 170. I'll lay it. It's not as bad as what I laid with the minus 230, minus 225. So all being justified, even if we're going minus 170 on it. So let's talk about that tactician matchup I'm going to expect here because I see a little more, I guess, knockout capability from the middleweight Marco Tulio. And he's favored and kind of fresh into the UFC, but you can see the potential.
This
But
is the first start of the main card.
yeah, Murr started the main card. And I think it's going to be a spectacle because Christian Leroy Duncan's really good. I don't know what you guys been watching. CLD is really technical. He's been kickboxing for as long as I can remember. I mean, the Englishman is really good. Dog price plus 155. I think he's live. I absolutely think CLD is live in this one. Marco Tulio, he could catch a knockout here. I think it's going to be a really close fight, and I think we're going to hit over. I am going to go with the over 2.5 rounds. Not going to pick a side. I just think it's very closely contested, and I'm thinking a technical stand-up battle. 2 high-level kickboxers here. So yeah, minus 110 in that fight. Nothing for you?
No, sir. I don't have anything, honestly, into the Muslim Salikov fight.
Oh, I like that one. But let's talk about the weight miss, with the lightweights. It's not even a lightweight fight anymore, right? It's a catchweight.
Catchweight.
Yeah, catchweight bout now. But Ishmael Bonfim, I've seen still favored at minus 180, right? Still maybe money getting thrown his way, minus 185 going up, minus 190. Chris Medea, plus 170. I just he's tough, maybe a little too tough for his own good, right? but maybe he can give Ishmael Bonfim some trouble. But I mean, the weight miss, depending on how hard the weight cut is, like you said, maybe he just didn't care to cut down that extra 5 pounds, and he was fine on just taking this fight, and he's going to be extra nourished and not as depleted. So I hate to do it. I hate to take a guy who misses the weight, but the odds indicate that more or less that's going to give him an edge in the fight. And Chris Padilla, like I said, is maybe too tough to actually get finished in this one. So to get some, plus money out of the -180 favorite, I'll take Ishmael Bonfim via decision at +155. Taking the
Usually you take the other. Usually you do take the side with the miss weight.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's bound to happen. And like we said, one of the rare occurrences where a fighter gets poked in the eye and gets immediately the fighter who commits the foul into D'Elia gets knocked out immediately after.
It's
so,
crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm back in the unfortunate weight missed guy. Bonfim brothers, though, it might not be their night. They're setting them up on the card together, but it might not be their night. I am taking them here, but the welterweights that take center stage after is a legend in the sport. I got to admit it, man. Muslim Salikov doing it at age 40 and the way he's knocking people out still is just so great to watch. And man, I'm hyped to say I might take the +140. They're giving him as a dog. Earl Smitty, I really like him too as a fighter. This could be a very great fight. -145 for the doctor, Earl Smitty. But yeah, Salikov was my play. I think there's value in the dog. He's seen so much competition, high-level competition throughout his career. I got to go with one of the best nicknames in mixed martial arts, the King of Kung Fu.
Yeah, I don't believe Medic should be be a favorite in this matchup. Medic, he's been dropped often, and now he's fighting a lethal striker in Muslim Salikov with high fight IQ. He's seen the best of the best. +140. Yeah, I'm taking Muslim Salikov every day and twice on Sunday. Give me the dog, baby.
Let's go. King of Kung Fu, bro. He's been doing it for years. Don't call it a comeback. It's been here for years. No copyright. Now let's go to, man, the co-main event. Am I seeing ghosts here? Did Imagine retire? What the heck happened? But I mean, coming off the couch, I mean, feeling motivated, rejuvenated. I mean, is he going to be live here at +355 against the Ultimate Fighter winning Joseph Morales, correct? -350. He come off that big win against the Kazakhstanian fighter across from Aldridis, right? Idrius. Who's, I don't think, any slouch, of opponent. And you do see levels. Now you're going against a match now who's seen the top 10, right? Mm-hmm. Is that too steep of a hill for Joseph Morales to climb? I think coming off the couch and the way he's looked before retirement is hard to back. So though I think it's maybe juicy to take a dog like Max Schnell at the level he used to fight, I'm gonna back the heavy favorite in Joseph Morales here. Inside the distance at -130, I'll lay that price. I just think he's younger, he's motivated, he's got talent, and mind you, we talked about it when he won the Ultimate Fighter. He's been in the UFC before. Nothing in the co.
No, nothing.
Wow. Any opinions at all? Like, what are you thinking?
No,
Matt Schnell, a little scary though. Yeah, he's got knocked out a couple times.
Yeah, and I don't like him coming back, to be honest. And even though he's 4-1 underdog, I think he was going to get put by Joseph Morales. So I didn't want to touch the fight. Why are you coming back?
I was close to taking a KO, TK. I think that's Morales' game. He's going to try to knock him out.
That's why. And why come out of retirement just for a paycheck? I don't like that. Just to fill up the chief support. You're going to get knocked out and then go back into retirement. I don't like that. And this card, like I was saying, I'm being very selective. I only have like 4 plays, but there are ones that, I'm playing it smart. We have a huge card next week.
Yeah, brother. And I'm hyped for that. We've been leading all the way. This is all the roads lead to Madison Square Garden. But after this huge victory, Randy Rude Boy Brown is going to be in attendance because he's going to be an absolute welterweight threat. Queens, Jamaica Queens, stand up. I got to go Randy Rude Boy Brown. They're giving Gabriel Bonfim the -170. All this talk. These Bonfim brothers are, I think, a little overrated. And Randy Brown has seen, once we talked about the highest level of competition, he's been there, done that. I think he's such a gifted fighter. I mean, we know how, his story is incredible, bro. Everything Randy Brown's been through in his life, bro, he's ready for this moment. And I don't think he's going to let Gabriel Bonfim walk out of here unscathed. I think not only am I going to take the +150 and Randy Rude Boy Brown, on the money line, I'm willing to go with a specific bet we hit. I know it's crazy to say we started the show last week with the plus 2,000 on the specific prop bet. I'm seeing Randy Brown, if he doesn't get the finish within the 4 rounds of this fight, he's going all out in the 5th. You've seen it time and time again. Randy wants to put a fighter out every single time, and he's not letting Bonfim leave. So for the 5th round is live for him to get that knockout, and it's plus 4,000. So 40-1 odds. Randy Rude Boy Browns shocks us all and becomes an absolute stalwart of the welterweight division.
I guess I just don't understand how Randy Brown is an underdog in this matchup.
Right.
Not only has he fought higher level competition, but he has more ways to win. He has better cardio. And if the fight goes later into the rounds, I actually favor Randy Brown more.
Yeah.
So the one thing, though, is I do think Rude Boy has to keep the fight standing. He's going to have the clear striking advantage. He has the reach advantage. As long as he could avoid getting taken down early in the first round, he should be able to beat Bonfim. I agree. I think both Bonfim brothers are overrated, if I'm being honest. And I don't know why the market likes them as much as they do. But if you're giving me plus 150 with Bombokla, I'm taking him all day. Give me another dog, baby. Plus 150, Randy Brown gets the job done.
Randy Brown, bro. Absolute star, bro. I love Randy Rude Boy Brown. We've been on Randy Rude Boy Brown. He's been making us money nonstop, bro. He's so talented on the ground, on the feet, got the body type. I'm on a Randy Brown bragging to be a champion in 2026. If he keeps putting these wins together, like I said, the welterweight division can be wide open. We're seeing these guys finalize their evolution, and I just see that in here. So this is a great chance for him to get a victory, and we're fans, so maybe we're fanboying a little bit, but let's be real. The proof's in the pudding. Look at the resume, look at the fight. So yeah, bomba clot.
I'm happy to be biased to our New Yorkers and New Jersey guys. I don't care, and Rude Boy's gonna get the job done. So and he's gonna help us make money. So
make money. Exactly.
By the way, prelims start at 4 p.m. here on the East Coast on ESPN Plus. Main card goes down 7 p.m. on ESPN Plus over here on the East Coast. Kid, only one thing to go before 10 seconds left. We have a fight next time at the Apex, December 13th, UFC Vegas 112.
Final ESPN?
Yes. Giga Jacasey.
Really?
He will take on Kevin Vahalios. You like that fight?
That's an exciting fight. Giga still brings it. Giga still brings it. I might like Vallejos in that.
Wow.
Kid's good, man. I don't know. It's a tough fight.
The reason I brought that to your attention is because I was like, Joey probably will like Kevin in this fight.
Yeah.
So other than that, I mentioned the MVP fight with Jake Paul and Tank Davis is being called off.
If any news is this, John Cena's on his last 2 appearances, pretty much. Yeah, this weekend, right? After this weekend, Monday. Yeah. And we won't see you guys till Friday, and then after that, it's his last one. I'm pretty sure.
Last time, yeah.
So
it is what it is until it isn't.
To an end.
Yeah,
that's right.
10 seconds left. What do you got, kid? Bring us home.
One Fight Night 37. They have Friday fights. They got a big pay-per-view next week. Taking, a little time with UFC. They can't really compete, but we're gonna have the Venkat Heavyweight Kickboxing Championship on the line. And Roman Krikler, every time we see him as the main event, he gets that first round knockout. Samet Agdeev, I just don't think that he's gonna have the skill set or the size to match with Roman Krikler. The 6'9" Ukrainian is gonna get that first round knockout.
Hell yeah. What are the odds on that? Do you have any odds?
That's the thing. You got to go with the first round knockout, because if you find Eddie, Krikler is going to be like a minus 500 and up favorite, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 to 1.
All right. And when can you watch that? Tonight or tomorrow?
Yeah, it's tonight. So
hell yeah.
Let's make some money.
Let's make some money before UFC Vegas 111. Yeah. Kid, enjoy the fights this weekend. Any big plans? You're kind of under the weather, huh?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, man. I'm trying to fight it, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I've been just like running hot, sweats. You can probably hear it in me. But
go to the sauna, sweat it out.
Yeah, that's right. This too shall pass.
Exactly.
That's a beautiful statement. You can take that in any way in life. That's beautiful.
Love it, kid. Well, enjoy the fights this weekend. Let's make some money, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yes,
Peace.
Sir.